This is Morten from Inkish. Welcome back to this. It was supposed to be a pre-Drupal live event from Casablanca earlier this week, and as I've said in the previous programs, everything just went down, and I was so sad because I really tried to get all the safety and security for internet connection, but when you are in a country that is not your own, that is not always what happens. But I have now the pleasure of saying hello to my good friend Hans Gut from Hunkeler. So Hans, good to see you and welcome.
Thank you very much, Martin. As always, good to see you and great talking to you today here.
Thank you. And you and I, we actually met each other just in this week earlier, because before we went to Casablanca, we were in both in Vilcon and Zofingen, where we had the opportunity to first meet with Matthias and then later with you in your new owner's facility, where you saw the new world premiere Hunkeler product. What did you show?
That's right. We are actually setting up for Drupal, where we're gonna showcase a new Hunkeler solution called Starbook Sheetfed for the first time. It's actually a sheet finishing book block solution connected to a Miller Martini Perfect binder. We're going to showcase that on the Miller Martini booth at Drupal, and that's why we actually met to show the solution to you and our audience then later on in the preparation, in the setup for Drupal. That's right.
And it's interesting because it was super interesting to see the new Sheetfed Plowfolder edition, and it comes as an extension to the web-based Plowfolder that you showed at Innovationdays earlier this year, right? So how is it you continuously bringing new products to market. You must listen enormously to the market, having a good understanding what is going on the OEM side, and then bring technology to the market that you, of course, believe will have a good sales opportunity. So how is that when you work? You've been with Hunkeler for many years, so you know the thrill, basically.
Yes,
right?
But I think a lot has to do, of course, really listen to our OEM partners, to the printer partners, and to the customers to try to come out with the right products at the right time. The market, especially the inkjet printer developments, are continuously going or coming out with improvements faster, higher print quality, and we have seen tremendous development in the continuous feed inkjet side, and now we also see, of course, more and more new inkjet printer coming to market in the B3 and B2 size cut sheet product side, and we truly believe that all the experience that we have from continuous feed, that we also want to bring that to really the production cut sheet inkjet printing, and I think this is a good fit technology-wise. The other aspect is also, Hunkeler, we developed basically a modular platform, and from there we can really utilize technology for different application and for different market needs and implement them as needed.
One of the things, and when you mentioned this modularity, I have always been very intrigued with the fact that in the printing industry, when you buy a print machine, it's often like one machine, right? But when you buy binding equipment, you have so many modules, so you can basically tailor your binding solution exactly to what you need in order to do that. And I guess that's where the cut sheet Plowfolder fits into this thing, because you can, when you see it, you can see it. Of course, it has the same design as other Hunkeler equipment, but it looks like it can fit into this segment, or it can fit in with this module, or it can do these kind of things, right? So the modularity is a very important part of the Hunkeler experience.
Indeed, right? Because the market, is not that big that we can sell, 1,000 or even 500 units of the same, and therefore the modularity is very important, that we can configure a finishing solution really for the customer's needs, and the requirements for transactional, for direct mail, for commercial print, or for book applications are all a little bit different. But for example, unwinding is pretty much everywhere the same. Then cutting is similar, and then stacking or perforating and so on is of course a bit different depending on the application and on the media that's being used. But with the modular approach, that gives us the economy of scale to manufacture the machine still at a certain numbers that make economical sense, not just for us as a manufacturer, but also for our customer that utilize and buy and or make investment in such solutions.
You have prepared a few slides that we can see in a second. Before we go into that, you mentioned that at Drupa you have the cut sheet plow folder on Müller Martini's booth, feeding a vario binder. But basically, another thing that I like very much about the approach from both you and from your competitors is that you have a lot of connectivity with. It could be a horizon binder, it could be a binder from practically anywhere, and as you integrate to others are also integrating to Hunkeler.
That's right. I mean, Hunkeler, and also that remains exactly the same, even as we belong to the Miller Martini group now. The brand Hunkeler does remain. We continue to develop and serve the market, even competitors of Miller Martini. So Hunkeler will continue to deliver and connect to different perfect binders, to different saddle stitchers, to different inserting machines, and so on. And we believe this is very important for our customers that have invested in Hunkeler equipment over the last 10 years. Hunkeler will continue to serve them and develop and update solution for the needs and the development of the printers and for the post-processing solutions.
Well, Hans, you have prepared a
Yes.
presentation. Let us take a look at this and tell me what you see, so our audience also know what we are seeing,
Yes,
right?
very much so. Thank you very much. Well, first of all, Drupa 2024 is right around the corner, and I can share here that Hunkeler has participated in every Drupa since the very beginning, and of course Hunkeler will also be present at this year's Drupa. As I mentioned, we're gonna share basically or showcase for the world first time a world premiere, the Starbook Sheet Folder. The Starbook Sheet Folder is basically a highly efficient production of book blocks based on 4-page signatures from book of one to short run length. The format change is on the fly with fully automated changeover process without any waste paper. It can be in a nearline configuration fed by a sheet feeder, or of course it can be connected to a cut sheet printer, and the cut sheet processing is for format size A4, A5, and down to A6 book blocks. I have prepared a little animation that basically shows how that system works. You can see the sheets coming in on the right-hand side. This is an SRA3 sheet being turned around so that we can actually perforate it in the middle and then fold it once over into 4-page signatures. Then the second way we can process sheets is that the SRA3 sheets arrive from the printer. We cut them with a guillotine cutter in the middle and then perforate in the middle and fold over to 4-page signature so that we get an A5 signature. After that, the signatures are being collated in the well-known book delivery solution from Hunkeler that we also use in the continuous feed Starbook plow folder, where we collate the signatures and glue them together along the side into really straight, flat, and square book blocks. In the example, the animation I showed either for A4 or for A5 books. So the advantage, of course, doing that in Cardsheet is really that you can utilize different media or even do mixed media in the same book block for example, black and white printing or for color printing. Here I'm showing actually the Hunkeler booth then in hall 8A, right at the entrance of the digital halls 8 at the Drupa. So it's a modern stand design, and on the Hunkeler booth we basically have the second highlight for Drupa. It's actually an updated generation roll to stack solution with a cobot. The cobot is basically our automated stack handling solution. It's brand new, and we have set up for Drupa 4 different applications that we run right behind each other. That's a fold card, a TRIA postcards, a B2 size poster, and calendars, all printed basically on offset coated heavy media, and the cobot system basically stacks them, picks them up automatically and stacks them on half-size pallets, and from there an HEV basically can pick up then these pallets to send them to the next process. Overall, Hunkeler has actually a total of 10 solutions at Drupa. It always has been the Hunkeler philosophy to showcase multiple solutions with 8 different partners actually this year. So we're going to be represented on 9 different booths at Drupa with the 10 solutions. So we are very much looking forward to really see all the customers and the different partners showcasing our solution for Drupa.
And are you also looking forward to go to Drupa, Hans?
Very much so. I mean, I think it will be my 8th Drupa already. Even I'm glad it's a little bit shorter than it used to be, but we are looking forward to a good Drupa.
I like the booth that you mentioned, very modern, but I think it's also great because with the LED lights that you have on the top of the booth, or it looks like the sheets are coming over the booth, right? It's oh, you didn't even think about that, right?
Well, we will. In the picture, of course, it looks great, but there the ceiling is dark, so we will see how it will look like then live at Drupa.
Okay.
But come and see.
Fantastic. Yeah, that is maybe the most important thing. Because I mean, Drupa is like the last time was 8 years ago. Did you have any speculations whether Drupa would be back, or was it like certain that okay, it will be back?
There was certainly a period where it was a bit uncertain, and I think there is still a certain uncertainty, so to say. For Drupa, the market, we see consolidation going on, so less printing establishments basically from Drupa to Drupa. So we will see how many customers or potential customer will show up. But I believe still all the major players are there and showcasing their latest solution, and we'll see where Drupa will go in the future.
Another thing I can't help think about is that going to a show like Drupa is of course a lot of work and is spending a lot of money on it. How is it? Because I mean, you're an organizer yourself, because with the Innovationdays, so you know everything about what goes on behind the scenes. So do you feel the pain of all the people that are working on behind the scenes to make it a great show?
Yes, I mean, I think as organizer of the Hunkeler Innovationdays, we know what is required to go to a show and also see the other side as a organizer what is required with what all the exhibitors wish from the organizer, so we know both sides very well, and we make the best of it.
I guess that's why. Yeah, and I guess that's why you are even more kind to the exhibition people than anybody else,
Maybe,
right?
because we know both sides.
Maybe. Yeah. So it looks like a great opportunity. I mean, when you look at all the partners you have showcasing Hunkeler technology, I mean, I know that Hunkeler is more than 100 years old, of course, right? But it must still be very exciting for you to see that the equipment is moving from, as I said to you when we met in Sofingen, interesting to think of that Hunkeler also came from the cut sheet side and now has for years been mainly focusing on the web continuous feed, and now you're into both spaces, but also the application and the quality and the speed has just changed so much over the past 30 years, 40 years, right? It must be exciting to be part of that digital transformation. Everybody talks about it, but you do
well,
it, right?
That's really what we feel as the market leader we have to do. I mean, the digital transformation takes place, and our goal is also to have the smart factory in the printing industry. We see smart factories in other industries, automobile industry, and in other manufacturing industries or places. And I think it's time that also the graphic arts industry, the printing industry, is going into the smart factory. We see already some of that happening on the packaging side. We see more going on the smart factory side, for example, in North America, but believe now it's also time that we can show the European customers, printers, what can be done in terms of doing or going the process of the digital transformation, which we believe is needed for the industry to stay relevant and continue to make money, be profitable as a company.
Well, Hans, as always, it's been wonderful talking to you. The last thing, one thing, it's always one more thing, right? Now we have Drupa. Then I guess you have Printing United, and then we come to February next year. Nothing happens there.
No, right? You already know, of course. Next year in February, there will be the next Hunkeler Innovationdays, and we are already preparing for Hunkeler Innovationdays, February 2025. The exact date, we actually just got our pens today, and the dates for the next Hunkeler Innovation Day is February 24 to 27 in 2025. So we are looking forward to see you and, of course, all our customers and partners back in Lucerne.
I mean, Hans, as much as I love being in Lucerne at the Hunkeler Innovation Days, I hope there will be more than me. Otherwise, it will be a lost business. I can guarantee
we are convinced it will be bigger, better again, with more and new automated solution that we will be able then to showcase with our partners at Hunkeler Innovation Days 2025. But let's take step by step of the Drupa first in May 2024.
Fantastic. I look forward to see you there, and I look forward to see all the equipment on your partner booth as well. That will be super exciting.
Very good.
Thank you, Hans.
Good seeing you. Thank you for having me. Bye-bye.